it's true, nigga, cool yo. Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give ground, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground, 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 take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Oh, thought you could cross us with no consequence, but you will pay dearly. You should've used your common sense. My seal lit, that mean you could never prevail. Hey, with a true sit, hey, with warriors dwell. Be wise with them weapons, cause I promise my nine just like my wife, she concealed, she modest. I know two things, a robber will not prosper, and any man harm me and my octave gon' meet the doctor. Cause this life is warfare, it's not an easy walk. Been watching my people die, so you can miss me with that love talk. My UPK soldiers, any man try to cross your path, make him regret it. What that mean? Fall on his ass. Comparing me to you really ain't no contest. Long live one West. Say what? Long live one West. This for those who thinking we ain't ready for. Tell them back up. I'm about to drop something heavy for. Go to ground, 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 go to ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Give ground, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground, give ground, back up, give ground, give ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take ground, 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 take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down. Take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground, take ground. My soldiers take ground till them stand down.
Is that the Sabbath? That's the... No, the other book then. This and the other.
One West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. One West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, it get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends, or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of one West rising to prominent. Cause I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupons for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. The showstopper been as proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm throwing them off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's worth the mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when the heat's on, none of them can get to the fire. Around with me, and I had a nigga spin like a tire. But down the D, and I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. Bombard they whole operation. Certified priest, prophesying is my occupation. This shit outrageous. They done made the truth docile. That's why we on the corner crying aloud, looking hostile. It's UPK style. Can't stop now. Far this warfare couldn't last one round. Let the oppressed rise, and let the rich mourn till the sundown. Enough with these chickens. About to make it hot, call it compound. This for my niggas, put the guns in the drugs down. Dwelling in peace till the Lord call for the bloodhounds. Try to decide my death and got beside yourself. Swore drawn for what you perform. How you gon' hide yourself? Devil got to die for his lies and his visions. Ain't got no love for them crackers. Nah, just cruel intentions. And in my father's house is spinning mansions. I got plenty bitches. Worthy of vengeance. This your death sentence. I'm talking slaughter. Yeah, slaughter. Yeah, slaughter. Yeah, slaughter. Yeah, slaughter. Yeah, slaughter. Yeah, slaughter. That they do not rise and fill the world with lies. Ain't down.
Layasha. This is for everybody. Aimanium, which means to stand. Wapanya, Hakwadam, which means rise in faith ye. We're going to read the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, and then we're going to read it in the English. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abinah, Shabbat Shemayim, Gwedah, Hayah, Shemka, Yahau, Malak Wafka, Saba'ah, Ratazayika, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathan Lanam, Lakam, Kol, Yawam, Wasalat now, Kabawat now, Kasalat now, Kabawat now, Wala'ah, from your eye now, Manasai 1, Abol, Habashai now, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahafapa Araf, La'awalamim, Aman.
And in the English, Our Father,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
And forgive our debts.
And forgive our debt
As we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our
And
debtors.
lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not into
But
temptation.
deliver us from evil.
Deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it. This is Hakak, the power, in the Hebrew, Yahweh. But Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Hashem Yahushua.
Baba Kwashah.
Yahushua.
Nathananow.
Thundernow.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Hakak. Lara Pa'ah. Kamaka Allah.
Allah.
We'll call Marawa.
Allah.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Natahar.
Natahar.
Hamatazariah. Hakak. Lahakian. Hamakian. Hakak. Arakah. Hatama Allah. Baba Rasham. Bashim Yahushua. Fawal Aman.
And in the English, Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the
The
power.
power to heal.
The power to heal
All manner of sickness.
all manner of sickness
And all manner of disease.
and all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the
The
dead.
power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean
The
spirits.
power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is the blessed Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
By Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Hashem Yahushua.
Barak Lanam.
Allah.
Wayasha'al. Bahabayah.
Yah.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magan.
Magan.
Hagan.
Hagan.
By Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Hashem Yahushua.
The water Aman.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh, and this is in the English, Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shah,
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shah.
bless us
Bless us
and Israel
and Israel
and the school.
and the school.
Bless,
Bless,
heal,
heal,
shield,
shield,
protect,
protect.
in the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Aisha'ah. Ayanya. Ahahari. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah. Aizari. Aizari. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Aisha. Shamayam. Wa'arakazah. Al-Yatan. Lamawat. Regalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamaraka. Hana. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yishan. Shawamar. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shamaraka. Yahweh. Tazalka. Al-Yah. Yamika. Yawamam. Hashamash. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayarak. Balayala. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Makorah. Yashamar. Atnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza'afka. Wawa'aka. Ma'yatha. I will Aman.
And in the English, I will lift up my eyes unto the hill.
I will lift up my eyes to the hill.
From which cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
You
moved.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keep thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh should preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out,
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
thy coming in,
and thy coming in
from this time forth,
from this time forth
and even evermore.
and even forevermore.
So be it.
So be it. This is Psalms 83. Alahayim. Alda Mayalaka. Alpha Karash. Wa Alpha Shakwat. Al Kayahana. Awayabaka, Yahama Yawan, Wamashanayaka, Nashawa, Ra'ash, Al Imaka, Ya'ira Yamwa, Sawa, where you say your eye Tazawa, Altazapawanyaka, Amarawa, Lakawa, Wanakakina, Magolia, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasha'al, Iwad, Kaya, Nawa'ai La, Yachadwa, Al Yaka, Baryath, Yakarafwa, Aholia, Alawam, Wamashamai Aliyam, Mawa'aba, Wahagariam, Gabal, Wa'anwan, Wa'amalak, Halashah, and Yeshabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashabor, Nalawa, Amam, Hayawa, Zarawat, Labanyalawat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamadin, Kasiyasara'ah, Kayabin, Banachal, Koyashwan, Neshamadwa, Ba'ayanda Ara, Hayawa, the Daman, the Adama, Shayatamwa, the Yamawa, Ka'arab, Wakaza'aba, Wakazabat, Wakazazomanan, Kosana Yakamwa, Ashar, Amara, Leirosha, Lenawa, Af, Na'awath, Alahayim, Shayatamwa, Kagogala, Kakwash, Lapaniraka, Ka'ash, Kaba'ira Ira, Wakalahaba, Thalahat, Hariam, Khan, Thoradatnam, Basa'iraka, Wawasapaska, Thabalaham, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabakwashla, Shemka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabahoa, Idai, Wayakapara, Wayabadwa, Wayidaiwa, Kaya, Asa, Shemka, Yahawa, Labaka, Ayawan, Alkal, Ha'arakza, Amam.
And in the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee, have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said, come, and let them,
and let us.
Come and let us cut them off from being the nation, that the name Israel may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, the Israelites,
and the Israelites,
of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre, Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashur is also joined with them.
They have helping the children of Lot. Salah. You unto them. As unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kasan, which perished at Endor, they became as dung for the earth. Make their noses like a rat. And like Zahad. Yea. Let their princes of Zamunda,
all the princes of
Zebah,
all the princes of Zabah, all the princes of Zabah,
and Azamuna, who said, let us cut them off from being. Let us take ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession.
Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession.
O my Yahweh,
O my power,
O my power,
O my power,
make them like the wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the earth burns the wood,
as the fire burns the wood,
as the fire burns the wood,
as the fire burns the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire,
and as the flame set the mountains on fire,
so persecute them,
so persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid with thy storm,
and make them afraid with thy storm,
fill their faces with shame,
fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name,
that they may seek thy name,
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded,
let them be confounded,
and troubled forever,
and troubled forever,
yea, let them be put to
let
shame,
them be put to shame,
and perish, that the men may know
that men may know
that
that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
art the most high over all the earth.
So be it.
So be it. This is the blessings in Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh.
Barakatha Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Allah Hayim. Matazam Ya'ab. Allah Wak Yahana. Ha Allah Wakyam. Ha Saranyam. Ha Kwatazayanyam. Ha Kayayonyam. Wa Ha'akwafyam. Yahweh. Wa Hashim Yahweh Shai. The Wad Alman.
And in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commander General Yohana.
Commander General Yohana.
The generals.
The general.
The captain.
The captain.
The officers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh in the name Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh in the name Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Sorry. Shot. In the book of Joshua, we're going to read Joshua verse 4, 9 through 15. No,
We're in the book of, this is the book of Joshua. We're in the book of Joshua, chapter 4, 9 through 15. We're going to read in the Hebrew first, then we're going to read in the English. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 4, verse 9 in the Hebrew. Washatyam, Asherah, Abanyam, Hakwayam, Yahweh Shai, Bathawak, Hayaradan, Fakaf, Matazah, Ragal Ya, Hakahanyam, Nasha'aya, Arawan, Habaryath, Wayahayawa, Sham, I, Hayawam, Hazah. Verse 10. Kahanyam, Nasha'aya, Ha'aran, Imadyam, Bathawak, Hayaradan, I, Thumb, Call, Hadabar, Ashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, Af, Yahweh Shai, Ledabar, All, Ha'ain, Kakal, Ashar, Tazawa, Mashah, Af, Yahweh Shai, Wayamaharwa, Ha'ain, Wayaibarwa. Verse 11. Verse 11. Wayahaya, Ka'ashar, Thumb, Call, Ha'ain, La'ibawar, Wayaibar, Arawan, Yahweh, Hakahanyam, Lapanya, Ha'ain, verse 12. Wayaibarwa, Hataziyah, Shabbat, Hama Nasha, Hamashyam, Lapanya, Bunya, Yasha'ala, Ka'ashar, Dabar, Alahayam, Nasha. Verse 13. Ka'araba'ayam, Allah, Kala, Wataziyah, Hatazabah, Ibarra, Lapanya, Yahweh, Lama, Lachama, Al, Irabwath, Yara Yahwa. Verse 14. Bayawam, Hahawa'ah, Gadol, Yahweh, Af, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ayanya, Kol, Yasha'ala, Wayarawa, Afwa, Ka'ashar, Yara'awa, Af, Masha, Kol, Yamya, Chayayawa. Verse 15. Waya Amar, Yahweh, Al, Yahweh Shai, Amar. And that's it.
Joshua chapter 4, verse 9 through 15. And Joshua set up 12 stones in the midst of Jordan, in the place where the feet of the priests which bear the ark of the covenant stood. And they are there unto this day. For the priests which bear the ark stood in the midst of Jordan until everything was finished, that the Lord commanded Joshua to speak unto the people according to all that Moses commanded Joshua. And the people hasted and passed over. Verse 11. And it came to pass, when all the people were clean passed over, that the ark of the Lord passed over, and the priests in the presence of the people. Verse 12. And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh passed over armed before the children of Israel, as Moses spoke unto them. Verse 13. About 40,000 prepared for war passed over before the Lord unto battle, to the plains of Jericho. Verse 14. On the day the Lord magnified Joshua in the sight of all Israel, and they feared him, as they feared Moses all the days of his life. Verse 15. And the Lord spake unto Joshua, saying, okay, we're going to Joshua chapter 4, verse 16 in the Hebrew.
Joshua chapter 4, verse 16. Tazawah, Av, Hachahanyam, Nasha'ayah, Arawan, Ha'aidawath, Waya'awa, Man, Hayaradan, Wayatazawah, Yahawashai, Av, Hachahanyam, La'amar, Awa, Man, Ha-Yaradan. Verse 18. Wayahaya, Ba'al-Wath, Hachahanyam, Nasha'ayah, Arawan, Barayath, Yahawah, Mafawach, Hayaradan, Nathakwa, Kapawath, Ragolia, Hakahanyam, all, Hacharabah, Wayashabwa, Miyah, Hayaradan, Lama Kwawama, Wayakola, Katha Mawal, Shalashwam, Al, Kol, Gado Wafyawa, verse 19. Waha'ayin, Alwa, Man, Ha-Doradan, Ba'aishawa, war, Wachadash, Hara'ashwan, Wayachnawa, Bagolgo, Makwataza'ah, Mazarach, Yarayahwa. Verse 20. Wa'af, Shafyam, Aishara, Ha'abunyam, Ha'ala, Ashar, Laquak, Wa, Man, Ha-Yaradan, Ha'Quayam, Yahawashai, Bagalgal. Verse 21. Waya Amar, Al, Bunya, Yasha'ala, Allah Amar, Ashar, Yasha'alwan, Bunyakam, Mahar, Af, Aba Wafam, La Amar, Ma, Ha'aba Nanyam, Slacket, Ha'abanyam, Slacket, Ha'Allah, verse 22. Waha wa Da'itham, Af, Bunyakam, La Amar, Basha, Ibar, Yasha'ala, Af, Ha Yaradan, Azab, and that's it.
This is Joshua chapter 4 to 6, chapter 4, 16 through 22. Verse 16. Command the priests that bear the ark of the testimony that they come up out of Jordan. Verse 17. Joshua therefore commanded the priests, saying, Come ye up out of Jordan. Verse 18. And it came to pass, when the priests that bare the ark of the covenant of the Lord were come up out of the midst of Jordan, and their souls and the soles of the priests' feet were lifted up unto the dry land, that the water of the Jordan returned into their place, and the flower and flowed over all the banks as they did before. Verse 19. And the people came up out of Jordan on the 10th day of the first month, and encamped in Golgotha, in the east border of Jericho. Verse 20. And those 12 stones which they took out of Jordan did Joshua pitch to Golgotha. Verse 21. And he spoke unto the children of Israel, saying, When your children shall ask their father in time to come, saying, What mean these stones? Verse 22. When ye shall let your children know, saying, Israel came over this Jordan on dry land.
And see this, and just to speak on this, you know, the Most High has always commanded us to teach our children our culture, our way, well, his culture, his laws, his statutes, so that we could pass things on from generation to generation. When the oppressor came and took us, that was all erased, and the oppressor took, you know, this book and made it his book, you know. But this was supposed to be this was our history book. All right, so it just shows you that we were to teach our children that.
All right, we're gonna go to Joshua chapter 4, verse 23 and 23 to 24.
All right,
In chapter 5, 1 through 5.
come. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 4, 23. Ashar, Yash, Yahweh, Allahayakam As, Mayah, Ha Yaradan, Mapanyakam, Ibarkam, Ka'ashar, Aisha, Yahweh, Allahayakam, Layamwa, Layams, Sawak, Ashar, Wabayash, Mapanyanawa, Ibaranawa. Verse 24. Lama Ain, the Eif, Call, Anya, Ha'aratiza, Af, Ya, Yahweh, Kaya, Mazachazaqwa, Maya'a, Lama Ain, Yaratham, Af, Yahweh, Allahayakam, Call, Mayamyam. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 5. We're now reading 1 through 5. Joshua chapter 5, verse 1. Hayah, Kashamai, call, Malachya, Amaria, Ashar, Ibar, Yaradan, Yama, Wakal, Malachya, Kanaanya, Ashar, Al, Ayam, Af, Ashar, Wabayash, Yahweh, Af, Maya, Yaradan, Mapanya, Bunya, Yasha'ala, Ibar, Ibaranwa, Wayas, Mas, Lababum, Wala'a, Haya, Bum, Iwa, Wacha, Mapanya, Bunya, Yasha'ala. Verse 2. Ba'aith, Hayawa, Haya'a, Amar, Yahweh, Al, Yahweh Shai, Asha, Laka, Karabawath, Tazarian, Washawa, Ma, Ah, Bunya, Yasha'ala, Shaliyath. Verse 3. Verse 3. Waya Aish, Lawa, Yahweh Shai, Harabwath, Tazarian, Waya Mo, Ah, Bunya, Yasha'ala, Al, Gaba'aith, Ha'ir Rolath. Verse 4. Wazah, Habdabar, Ashar, Ma, Yahweh Shai, Kal, A'ain, Ayataza'ah, Matazarian, Hazakarian, Kal, Anashia, Hamalachama, Mathwa, Bama Dabar, Badarak, Bataza Athum, Mamatazarian, verse 5, Kaya, Malayam, Ayawa, Kal, Ha'ain, Ayataza Ayum, Wakal, Ha'ain, Hayaladyum, Bama Dabar, Badarak, Bataza Athum, Matazarian, La'ah, Moawah. Listen.
Joshua chapter 4, verse 23. Joshua 5, 1 through 5. Verse 23. For the Lord your God dried up the waters of Jordan from before you until ye were passed over, as Lord your God did the Red Sea, which he dried up from before us until we were gone over. Verse 24, that all the people of the earth might know the hand of the Lord, that it is mighty, that ye might fear the Lord your God forever. This is chapter 5, verse 1. And it came to pass, when all the kings of the Amorites which were on the side of the Jordan westward, and all the kings of the Canaanites which were by the sea, heard that the Lord had dried up the waters of Jordan from before the children of Israel until we were passed over, that their heart melted, neither was their spirit in them anymore, because of the children of Israel. Verse 2. At that time the Lord said unto Joshua, make these sharp knives, and circumcise again the children of Israel the second time.
So if you notice here, see, we're obedient. We're doing what the Most High saying, that the other nations will actually fear us. We just crossed over Jordan, and those nations already were fearing Israel, because they knew, they knew the power, they knew the God of Israel, what He would do, because they've heard about what He did to them in Egypt.
Verse 3. And Joshua made them sharp knives and circumcised the children of Israel at the hill of the foreskin. Verse 4. And this is the cause why Joshua did circumcise all the people that came out of Egypt, that were males, even all the men of war, died in the wilderness by the way, after they came out of Egypt. Verse 5. Now all the people that came out were circumcised, but all the people that were born in the wilderness by the way as they came forth out of Egypt, them they had not circumcised. We're going to go to Joshua chapter 5. We're going to read 6 through 12.
This is Joshua chapter 5, verse 6. Kaya araba'ayim shana chalachniwa banya sha'ala mabadabar I thumb called tagu hagolia anashia hamalachama hayataza ayam mamatazarian hashar la'ah shemaywa bakwawal yahawa hashar Nashabai, Yahweh, Laham, Lavalasya, Watham, Haratza, Ashar, Nashabai, Yahweh, La'aba, Watham, Lathath, Lanawa, Arataza, Zabah, Khala, what a bash, verse 7. Wa'af, Bunyahum, Hakwayam, Fachatham, Atham, Mo, Yahawashai, Kaya, Ira, Arolium, Ayawa, Kaya, La'a, Moa, Awatham, Barak, verse 8. Wayahaya, Ka'ashar, Thamwa, Kal, Hagoya, Laha, Mawal, Wayashabwa, Fakhatham, Bamachana, I, Watham, verse 9. Waya Amar Yahweh, Oh Yahawashai, Hayawam, Galawafya, Af, Charapath, Batazarium, Ma'al, Layakam, Wayakwarat, Sham, Hama Kwawam, Pahawa, Golo, I, Hayawam, Azah, verse 10. Wayachnawa, Banya Yasha'ala, Bagolo, Wayaishawa, Af, Hapasach, Ba'ar Rabaiha, Aishar, Yawam, Lachadash, Ba'irab, Ba'irabwath, Yarayachwa, verse 11. Wayakolwa, Ma'ai Bawar, Ha'arataza, Mamacharath, Hapasach, Matazawath, Walakol Waya, Ba'aitazam, Hayawam, Azah, verse 12. Wayashabath, Haman, Mamacharath, Ba'akolma, Ba'ai Bawar, Ha'arataza, Wala'ah, Hayah, Aiwa, Labanya Yasha'ala Man, Waya Akola, Mafa Boa'ath, Arataza, Kana'ain, Bashana, Hahayawa, Haya'a, and that's it.
I'm going to read Joshua chapter 5, 6 through 12 in the English. For the children of Israel walked 40 years in the wilderness, till all the people that were men of war, which came out of Egypt, were consumed before they obeyed not the voice of the Lord, until whom the Lord swore that he would not show them the land, which the Lord swore unto their fathers that he would give us, and land that flowed with milk and honey. Verse 7. And their children whom he raised up in their stead, them Joshua circumcised, for they were uncircumcised because they had not circumcised them by the way, verse 8. And it came to pass, when they had done circumcising all the people, that they abide in their place in the camp till they were whole. Verse 9. And the Lord said unto Joshua, this day have I rolled away the approach of Egypt from off you. Therefore the name of the place is called Golgotha until this day. Verse 10. And the children of Israel encamped in Golgotha, and kept the Passover on the 14th day of the month, at even in the plains of Jericho. Verse 11. And they did eat of the old corn of the land on the morrow after the Passover, unleavened cakes and parched corn in the self same day. Verse 12. And the manna seized on the morrow after they had eaten of the old corn of the land. Neither had the children of Israel manna any more, but they did eat of the fruit of the land of Canaan that year. Now we're going to continue Joshua. We're going to go to chapter 5, 13 through 15. Then we're going to go from chapter 6, 1 through 4.
It's the book of Joshua, chapter 5, verse 13. Wayahaya, Bahai Yawaf, Yahawashai, Bayara Yahweh, Wayasha'a, Ayan Yawah, Wayara'ah, Wahana, Ayash, Aimar, Lena Gadwa, Waharadwa, Shala Wapa, Bayadwa, Wayalach, Yahawashai, Oyawa, Wayamar, Lawa, Holnawa, Atha, Latazari Yanawa. Verse 14. Waya Amar, La'a, Kaya, Anya, Shar, Tazaba, Yahawah, Atha, Aifa, Ba'afya, Waya Paul, Waya Hawashai, Yahawashai, it's like, oh, Punyawa, Aratazaha, Wayasha, Thakwa, Waya Amar, Lawa, Ma, Adanya, Madabar, Al, Ibarwa, verse 15. Waya Amar, Shar, Tazaba, Yahawah, Al, Yahawashai, Shal, Na'alka, Ma'al, Wagolka, Kaya, Pama, Kwawam, Ashar, Afa, Aimar, Alyawa, Kwadash, Hawa'ah, Waya Aisha, Yahawashai, Khan. It's the book of Joshua, chapter 6. We're reading now 1 through 4. Joshua, chapter 6, verse 1. Waya Yahweh, Sagarath, Wama Sagarath, Mapanya, Banya, Yasha'ala, Ayan, Yawataza'ah, Wa'ayan, Ba'a, verse 2. Waya Amar, Yahweh, Oh, Yahawashai, Ra'aha, Lethafya, Bayadka, Af, Yari Yahweh, Wa'af, Malaka, Gaba Warrior, Achayal, verse 3. Wasaptham, Af, Ha'ayar, Kal, Anasha, Hamalachama, Akwayat, Ah, Ha'ayar, Ha'ain, Achaf, Ka, Ha'aisha, Shasta, Yum, verse 4. Waba Shabaiha, Hakahanyam, Yasha'awa, Shabaiha, Wa Shawapar, Waf, Bolium, Lapanya, Arawan, Waba Yawam, Hashabayaya, Fasabwa, Af, Hayar, Shabai, Ha'anyam, Hakahanyam, Yafa Kwaiwa, Basha Wapari Waf. And that's it.
Read chapter 5, verse 13 through 15, and chapter 6, 1 through 4. Verse 13. And it came to pass, when Joshua was by Jericho, that he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there stood a man over against him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto him and said unto him, Art thou for us, or for our adversaries? Verse 14, and he said, Nay, not, but as captain of the host of the Lord, I am now come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth, and did worship, and said unto him, What saith my Lord unto his servant? And the captain of the Lord's host said unto Joshua, Loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place whereon thou standest is holy. And Joshua did so. Verse 6.
So that was an angel that we ran to?
Come. Verse 6. Now Jericho was, verse 6. Now Jericho was straightly shut up, because the children of Israel none went out and none went in. Verse 2. And the Lord said unto Joshua, See, I have given unto thy hand Jericho, and the king thereof, and the mighty men of all. Verse 3. And ye shall compass the city, and ye men of war, and go round about the city once. Thus shalt thou do 6 days. Verse 4. And 7 priests shall bear before the ark 7 trumpets. And 7 priests shall bear before the ark 7 trumpets of rams, horns, and the 7th day ye shall compass the city 7 times, and the priests shall blow with the trumpets. Joshua chapter 6, 5 through 11 Hebrew.
Joshua chapter 6, verse 5. Wahaya, Bamashak, Bakwaran, Haya Wabal, Bashamayikam, Kwawal, Hasho Wapar, Yara Yaiwa, Kal, Ain, Farah Waiha, Gara Walha, Wana Hala, Hawamath, Ha'ayar, Fahafya, Wa'aliwa, Ha'ain, Ayash, Nagadwa, verse 6. Verse 6. Wayakora, Yahawashai, Bun, Nawan, Al, Hakahanyam, Wayamar, Alaham, Sha'awa, Af, Arawan, Habariath, Washabaiha, Kahanyam, Yasha'awa, Shabaiha, Wa Shawaparwath, Waya Bolium, Lapanya, Arawan, Yahweh, verse 7. Why Amarwa, Al, Ha'ain, Ibarwa, Wasabwa, Af, Ha'ayar, Wahahol, Watazah, Ya Ibar, Lapanya, Arawan, Yahweh, verse 8. Wayahaya, Ka'amar, Yahweh Shai, Al, Ha'ain, Washabaiha, Hakahanyam, Nasha'ayam, Shabaiha, Shawa Parwas, Haya Wabolyam, Lapanya, Yahweh, Ibarwa, Wafa Kwaiwa, Basha Waparwas, Arun, Barayas, Yahweh, Halak, Haryaham, verse 9. Verse 9. Wahalawaktazah, Halak, Lapanya, Hakahanyam, Hakwa Aiwa, Hasha Waparwas, Wahama Asak, Halak, Harya, Ha'arawan, Alawak, with Hawaii, Basha Waparwas, verse 10. Wa'af, Ha'ain, Tazawah, Yahweh Shai, Amar, La'ah, Thara Yaiwa, La'ah, Yaiwa, Kwawalakam, Swaki, Wala'ah, Yataza'ah, Bapayakam, Dabar, Yawam, Amarwa, Alayakam, Haraya Aiwa, Waharaya Aitham, verse 11. Wayasam, Arawan, Yahweh, Ayar, Hawat, Ha'ain, Achaf, Wayaba'awat, Hamachana, Yanawa, Bamachana.
Chapter 6, 5 through 11. Verse 5. And it shall come to pass that when they make a long blast with the ram's horn, and when he heard the sound of the trumpet, all the people shall shout with a great shout, and the wall of the city shall fall down flat, and the people shall ascend up, every man straight before him. And Joshua the son of Nun called the priests, and said unto them, Take up the ark of the covenant, and let 7 priests bear 7 trumpets of ram horns before the ark of the Lord. And he said unto the people, verse 7, and he said unto the people, Pass on, and compass the city, and let him that is armed pass on before the ark of the Lord. And it came to pass, when Joshua had spoken unto the people, that the 7 priests bearing the 7 trumpets of ram horns passed on before the Lord, and blew with the trumpets. And the ark of the covenant of the Lord followed them. Verse 9. And the armed men went before the priests that blew with the trumpet, and the reward came after the ark, the priests going on and blowing with the trumpet. Verse 10. And Joshua had commanded the people, saying, Ye shall not shout nor make any noise with your voice, neither shall any word proceed out your mouth until the day I bid you shout. Then shall ye shout. Verse 11. So the ark of the Lord compassed the city, going about it once, and they came unto the camp and lodged in the camp.
If you notice here, this shows the following order really is very important. That they were commanded, they were not to shout until they were told to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it shows even here that they had to follow the order. Or if they didn't follow the order, then, catastrophe would come from that.
Right.
But they had to follow, so it shows the following orders are very important. Even in the time when they were going through the wilderness and coming into the new land. All right?
read in the Hebrew, Joshua chapter 6, 12 through 18, in the Hebrew and English.
Joshua chapter 6, verse 12. Wayashakam, Yahushai, Babakwar, Wayashayawah, Akahanyam, Arawan, Yahweh, verse 13. Washabaiha, Akahanyam, Nashayam, Shabaiha, Washaparwa, Hayabalium, Lapanya, Arawan, Yahweh, Halakyam, Halawak, Wafa Pa'aiwa, Basha Waparwa, Waha Halawakazah, Alak, Lapanya Kapam, Waha Ma'asak, Halak, Acharya, Arawan, Yahweh, Hawalak, Wafa Wai, Basha Waparwa, verse 14. Wayasabwa, Ha'ayar, Wayawam, Ashanya, Ha'ain, Achaf, Wayashabwa, Hamachana, Ka, Aishawa, Shasta, Yum, verse 15. Wayahaya, Wayawam, Hashabayaya, Wayashakamwa, Ka'alwa, Hashachar, Wayasabwa, Ayar, Kamashapat, Hazah, Shabai, Ha'anyam, Rakwa, Bayawam, Hahuwa, Sababwa, Ayar, Shabai, Ha'anyam, verse 16. Wayahaya, Ba'ain, Hashabayayaf, Fakwaiwa, Hanyam, Basha Waparwa, Wayamar, Yahawashai, Ha'ain, Harayaiwa, Kaya, Nathan, Laha, Yahawah, Lakam, Ha'ayar, verse 17. Wahai Yatha, Ha'ayar, Haram, Hayah, Wakal, Ashar, Ba, Yahawah, Wakwa, Rakha, Hazal, Wana, Fakhaya, Hayah, Wakal, Ashar, Atha, Babaya, Kaya, Hacha, Ba'aifa, Hamala, Akam, Ashar, Shalachanawa, verse 18. Rakwak, Athan, Shamarwa, Man, Hacham, An, Fakharium, Walla, Ha, Walla, Chatham, Man, Hacharam, Washa, Matham, Machana, Yasha'ala, Lacharam, Ba'aikartham, Awafwa, and that's it.
And in the English, we're going to read chapter 6, 12 and 18. Verse 12. Chapter 6, verse 12 and 18. And Joshua rose early in the morning, and the priests took up the ark of the Lord. And 7 priests bearing 7 trumpets of ram horns before the ark of the Lord went on continuously, and blew with the trumpets, and the armed men went before them. But the reward came after the ark of the Lord, the priests going on, and blowing with the trumpets. And the second day they compassed the city once, and returned unto the camp. So they did 6 days. Verse 15. And it came to pass on the 7th day that they rose early about the drawing of the day, and the compass of the city, after the same manner 7 times. Only on that day they compassed the city 7 times. Verse 16. And it came to pass at the 7th time, when the priests blew blew with the trumpets, Joshua said unto the people, shout, for the Lord have given you the city. Verse 17, and the city shall be accused even in it, and all that are within, to the Lord. Only Rahab the harlot shall live. She and all that are with her in the house, because she hid the messengers that we sent. Verse 18. And ye in any wise kept yourself from the accused thing, lest ye make yourself accused when ye take of the accused thing, and make the camp of Israel a curse and trouble. That's it. Mighty.
La Yashal. Means everybody. Wapanyat Hakwadam, which means rise and face the east. We're going to read the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, then in the English. The Lord's Prayer. Abanau. Shabbat Shemayim. Kwadash. Ayah. Shemkah. Yahweh. Malak Rafkah. Taba'ah. Ratazayakah. Ayah. Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Shemayim, Nathan now, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalat now, Kabwat now, Kasalat now, Kabwat now, Wala'ah, Abiya'i now, Anasayawan, Abal, Abishai now, Ayan, Ra, Kaya, Lakab, Amalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahafa'ara, La'alam, among.
And then the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth, as it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
Forgive our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
We forgive our debtors.
Lead us not to temptation.
Lead us not to temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
Deliver us from evil.
Thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Imani Shabbat, Imani, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Barakatah, Yahweh Matah, Sar, which means turn, sister, Ahmad. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sister. Men of Israel, Imani Shabbat, Imani, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alatham Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Matah, class is best.